Hello and welcome to LawWiser. Today we are talking about a recent Supreme Court ruling that settles an important question. Are employment bond clauses legally enforceable? Especially when they require an employee to serve for a minimum period or pay compensation for leaving early. Here's the background. A public sector bank required its new hires to serve for at least 3 years or pay Rs 2 lakh if they resigned early. One employee did resign before completing this period, paid the amount, and then challenged the clause, claiming it was unfair, one-sided, and against public policy. The matter went to the Supreme Court, which had to consider two key questions. First, does this clause violate Section 27 of the Indian Contract Act, which says that any agreement in restraint of trade is void? And second, is the clause opposed to public policy under the Contract Act or the Constitution? The court ruled that restrictions like mandatory service periods, if applied during the course of employment, do not count as restraint of trade under Section 27. They're valid as long as they aren't unconscionable or excessively harsh. The court also referred to earlier decisions, including Niranjan Golikare and Superintendent Sko, which drew a clear distinction between restrictions during employment and after termination. On the question of public policy, the court emphasized that public sector employers must keep up with private sector efficiency, and employee retention policies, including reasonable bond clauses, are a legitimate part of that effort. As long as such clauses serve a valid purpose and aren't used to exploit employees, they aren't considered unjust or violative of Articles 14 or 19 of the Constitution. So what does this mean? The Supreme Court has upheld the validity of well-drafted employment bonds that impose reasonable service requirements. It recognized that such clauses are meant to protect employers from the costs of hiring, training, and replacing talent. The takeaway is clear. Employers must maintain records of these costs, and employees must understand that accepting such terms at the time of joining means they can be enforced. Thanks for watching. Follow LawWiser for more insights that simplify the law and keep you ahead of legal developments. See you next time.